I have 3 words for you. Meatball Wellingtons. Bitches. So we've all had a Beef Wellington. Maybe we haven't. Beef Wellington. It's a whole filet, seared lightly, just to give it some color, wrapped in this mushroom duxelles. It's like you make a paste out of mushrooms and sort of dry it in a pan and wrap it around, and then prosciutto, and then in puff pastry, and then you bake it, and it's great. And what isn't great in puff pastry? Max, do you remember when we did the tomahawk ribeye Wellington?
Yes.
Thank you. Doesn't sound like you're very excited about it.
No, I don't remember what you said. There was a problem with the pastry then.
No, I just said, do you remember when we did the...
No, but right before that you said...
And what isn't great in puff pastry?
I didn't say anything about a problem.
And what isn't great in puff pastry?
No, I said there's the mushroom duxelles that you wrap around the Wellington, and then you wrap it in prosciutto and then puff pastry. And then Max, do you remember? Play it back.
And then you bake it and it's great. And what isn't great in puff pastry?
I don't want to.
He doesn't want to play back. Ladies and gentlemen, he refuses to play things back.
What isn't great in puff pastry?
What isn't great in puff pastry?
What isn't great in puff pastry?
Because he knows I'm right. Anyway, we'll try this again. Max, do you remember the tomahawk
I
Wellington?
do.
Still not very excited. You weren't here for it, were you, Chance?
I don't think I was.
Let's try it with you. Chance, you remember the tomahawk Wellington?
Not me. No.
You're supposed to go, yes, it was fabulous. Anyway, F all of them and everything. We're going to make meatball Wellingtons. They're going to be great. Like, hold in your hand. Fantastic. You're going to want to eat them like that. Never made them before. Today's an experiment, but it's going to be good. We have to start by making the meatballs, though. And this part is... All right, so we're doing a mixture thing. 2 types of meat. The first, 80-20 ground beef, because we know that's better. And the second, spicy Italian sausage. Yay! They're going to be fantastic. Now the regular stuff. Garlic. And a little bit more garlic. This is about 3 big cloves. We'll put in some oregano. Nice. Some red pepper flake. Even nicer. Some salt and pepper. About a cup of ricotta cheese. It looks about like that. About 3/4 of a cup of panko breadcrumbs. Last but not least, Max and Chance, 2 eggs. And say it, somebody.
We mix.
Great. Wait, sorry, one last thing. About 1/4 of a cup chopped curly parsley. Now what?
Now we mix, Max.
How do we mix, Max?
Oh, with your hands. Hold on. Let me get far back. So
Why do you
people don't
hate
have
this
to
so
see
much?
Your hands.
Why do you hate this so
kneading
much?
the meat.
I'm not kneading it, I'm mixing. Oh, it's really,
Sensuously.
it's extra gooey because of the ricotta. By the way, the ricotta is going to make these so tender and amazingly delicious. So everything just gets mixed together.
That's why you always manage to make it sexual.
Oh, how is this sexual? You're sexual.
Tender meat.
I didn't say that.
Get your hands in the tender meat.
You can shut up.
Squeeze them.
Shut up. Ladies and gentlemen, take my advice. Don't have children. Ever. All right. Ready? Okay. Now let me show you what we're going to do. All right, so here's the plan. You grab some up about the size that you want. But we're not going to just have them be these. I have an idea to put a piece of mozzarella in them. This shape is generally, well, if they were perfectly round, these would be called bocconcini, which, as far as I know, means small balls of mozzarella. These ones are marinated in a Calabrian chili oil, which should make them even more interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this guy up. I make an indentation here, take one of these little pieces of the cheese, post it up in the middle, close the guy up all the way around him, and put him on our parchment paper lined baking sheet, like that. And repeat. I was going to weigh them, then I thought that was too anal, so forget it. Now, I could be buying myself trouble. I could be putting a cheese bomb in the middle of these things, that's now going to leak out when they bake, and I don't want that to happen, so I hope that's not the case. So just continue through the system. In you go, up you go, around you go. We make a beautiful little... See, Max, the only way to do this is with hands. You couldn't just do this with spoons. Indentation. Cheese goes in, cheese gets covered. Make it nice. And on we go to the baking sheet. I don't know what these are. They're sort of weirdly irregular shaped pieces of cheese. Oh, yum. These are going to be great. Yes, this is a little bit of work, but still, how fantastic might they be? So as beautiful as these are, we can't wrap them in puff pastry just like this. We want to firm them up a little bit on the outside. You have two choices. One, you could put them in the oven and brown them a little bit. I'm going to use this pan, a little bit of oil, get them beautiful all the way around. Take them out, let them cool. Then we move on to the next step. Solid?
Solid.
Solid. I got a thumbs up from Max. All right, little oil in the pan, and we go. Little oil. And then in they go. Can't do them all at once, but I can do half. We'll just do it in 2 parts. And they're going to flatten a bit, and that's okay. We'll round them out again once they've cooled a bit. Yes, it's not very exciting, but it's necessary. And when your meatballs have some beautiful color on them, take them off, be gentle. Put them on a baking sheet to start to cool, and then we'll add the other ones. And in they go. Same drill. Get them a little brown, take them out. This is puff pastry. This is how it comes. It comes in this folded book style. And you can either take it out on the counter and let it defrost, or you can give it about 20 seconds aside, wrapped in a paper towel in the microwave. That's what I did. So much easier. So I want to roll this out a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. So here's what we do. Some flour on the what's this called?
Cutting board.
Some flour on the cutting board. There you go. That was for your benefit.
Yeah, now that it's all over my lens, thank you.
We take them out, open it up. It's like a book. But we want our book bigger. So we're going to roll it out in each direction. I think I should be able to get 4 out of this for 4 meatballs when we're done. I mean, potentially even more. Puff pastry is, it's at this shape, at this thickness, it's too thick for me. So I just wanted to make it a little bit thinner. So let's think about this now. Remember, I haven't done this. I'm going to do this, I think, in 3s.
Damn, look at that knife. Is that the 8-inch chef's knife?
You're the 8-inch chef's knife. All right. So now we'll put these guys off to the side. Sorry, buddy.
Oh God, it looks a little small to me.
Sorry, buddy. Oh, I don't think it does. You shush. Why are you going to get me my head all crazy before this even happens? Here's the hard part. I hope it's not, but I fear it might be. So here's the prosciutto. Beautiful, thin slices. So, like, ideally I would want 2 for each. So that would mean I could only do 8, right? Let me just try this.
Do we need an official math producer?
We don't need math being done here, please. I think we're going to go like this. Watch. And then our cooled meatballs. So this is going to become the bottom. Face down is the top. You just pull this in. Have to stretch a bit. I think this is going to work. So here's what I need to do for the rest of them. I think what I want to do is get a little bit, these stretched out a little bit more. And these go on a baking sheet with more, what's it called? parchment. And down we go. And we repeat. But I know I want this guy a little bit bigger. This is going to be perfect now. Right. The prosciutto. Cut it in half. Put it like this. Like this. And now one more piece down the side, like that. Meatball. Nice. That's what we need. You need like a nice amount of this puff pastry to enclose the whole kid. This is very important.
So they were a little small.
What was a little small?
The puff pastry.
You shut up. Why are you so intent on with my life?
It's just too easy.
You know how I get about this stuff.
Oh, I know.
Look, it's fun for me to do things that I haven't done before. And I know some people would say, well, why don't you do them first? And then instead of making the audience watch, you figure it out. I think this is a good thing. All right, here's what we're gonna do now. Two things to do. One is to make just some little marks in them with a small knife. Oh, I don't know. Like the Sam the Cooking Guy 4-inch paring knife would be ideal for this. But like I am not artistic at all, but these marks will show up once these things bake. And I hope I'm not doing anything too bad to the puff pastry. Just a little bit, just so the little cracks will open up again. And then you take an egg that you've beaten and lightly brush the tops and sides. Just add a little color when these guys bake. I know this seems like a bunch of work, but I'm believing they're going to be delicious. That's what I'm believing. And if you believe something will happen, I think your chances are better that, I don't know if that's, what am I saying? And the last one looks like this. And we're done. All right, there you have it. These guys whisk away to the oven, 400 degrees, till they're golden brown and done inside. Well, the Meatball Wellingtons are finishing. It's time to give away a copy of my book that's about to come out, Sam the Cooking Guy, Recipes with Intentional Leftovers. We said we would do this every episode day until November 10th when the book comes out. By the way, a few minutes ago, Max said Meatball Wellington sounded like something off of one of those PBS British royalty shows. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Lord and Lady Meatball Wellington. Is that how they do it? Lord Meatball Wellington and Lady Chastity.
The Duke and Duchess Meatball of Wellington.
Duke and Duchess. All right, so how do you get in the running for book? You're a subscriber and you make a comment. We're not doing anything complicated. And this one goes to Brittany Colquitt. Brittany Colquitt. Brian, who wrote...
Of the Lancaster Colquitt?
No, the Nottingham Colquitts. The Lancaster, not really quite our cup of tea. But the Nottingham Colquitts, it's a very different family. Lady Colquitt's outstanding at the bridge. Brittany wrote, we have been binge... I can't get this out of my... We have been binge watching your channel since being on maternity/paternity leave.
Maybe not in the U.S.
Maternity/paternity. Does that mean both she and her husband had children,
so, yeah.
gave birth at the same time? How does this... My husband made these for lunch today, and they were amazing, rotisserie chicken and all. She's talking about the chicken enchiladas that we make. White chicken enchiladas, just cream and cheese, and if you haven't made them, you should. So Brittany, reach out, info@thecookingguy.com. We'll sign this, and we'll get it off to you right away. Now I can go inside and bring out the Meatball Wellingtons. This is the time I'd like to say to you, if you like what you're watching, hit the subscribe button. If you really like it, you could give it a like, and you could also leave us a comment below. We're here for you. We want to do what you want. So let us know, and we'll make, your stuff.
We need a new regional dish for the next one, so...
Yeah, we've been making regional dishes. We've been remaking regional dishes our way.
Parmo,
So
chopped cheese.
keep going, buddy. The Fat Bubba.
That's it.
So if you got a regional dish you want us to make, send it in. Carry on. And here they are. Hey, pretty. Look at you. So my knife, some murderer came and tried to stab them
not
up.
very elegant.
They're not very elegant, but that's okay. But they are going to be delicious. So should we bust one out?
We should.
You just get this guy. Oh, it's going to be hot. I know this. The smart thing to do would be what?
Wait.
Do we ever do the smart thing?
Not usually.
Not usually. Shall I cut it?
You should.
I don't know if this is going to work. It's very tender right now.
We'll be very gentle.
Here we go. I'll just use the Sam the Cooking Guy 8-inch offset serrated knife to do this. And we cut. Oh. And we look. Oh, hi, cutie.
Oh, look at the steam.
Look at that, Max. Look at the cheese. 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 Oh, look at him coming out. Wow. Lovely. If you look here in the top, you can see that little thin layer of prosciutto. I suppose the elegant way to eat these would be with a knife and fork, but screw it. Let's just take a damn bite.
We already butchered the top.
Oh my God, it's one of the greatest things I've ever eaten. I'm not kidding. I'm not saying that because I made it. I'm saying that because the combination of everything that's here, the meatball by itself, super tender, very delicious. The ricotta cheese makes a huge difference in it. And of course, the little blast of the spicy mozzarella in the middle does not hurt. But then the prosciutto, giving it that little fatty extra deliciousness. And I have to say, anything in puff pastry is freaking delicious. Freaking delicious. Oh my God. The oregano and the parsley in here. This is fantastic. Fantastic. Let me tell you something. Here's what you could do. You could make them and then let them cool. And then put them on a baking sheet, cover them with foil, throw them back in the oven. Bring them back to life. They'll be fantastic that way. They'll be delicious and still perfect. All right. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love you. Boys, do we love them?
We love them.
Everyone?
Yes. Yep.
No, there's a few we don't love. We know who you are, and we don't love you, but you're okay for watching. See ya.